Basically, yeah.
Hello, puppets. Alrighty then. It is 8:21. No, okay. It's 21, so that's better than like 9:30, like yesterday. But so we're pretty much starting at 8:21. Making good time here. And put a little blanket up behind me because I don't like the mirror. It shows you the rest of my room, and it's kind of like, it's just not a good look for the video. So fixed it a bit. Maybe tomorrow it'll be even prettier. Put more thought into it, and then we'll be good. But okay. See, let's get myself on here so I can see it's going on. All right. Got it. Alrighty. We need questions. So yeah, any questions? Any questions at all? First 20 we're gonna do, and I'm gonna probably do first 20, or I'm gonna at least get to like an hour, maybe a little over an hour. Because I realized yesterday I made it. I don't even think I made it to 20 questions. I don't think. I'm not sure. I wasn't keeping track like very well, but I don't think I even made it to 20 questions. I didn't realize it would take that long. But so yeah, either 20 questions or like an hour and maybe a little over an hour, because that's how long these have been, and I think that's a good time. So I'm going to start as I always do, generally looking at everything, whoever resonates with this. So somebody is going to resonate with what it's picking up on is there's something to be gained for making a decision about something, and that decision, you may not know that you have a decision to make. You may know, but definitely there's actions, like a decision having to be made between two or more things, and it could have been a long time coming. Like, this is an important decision, but there's a lot to be gained from it. So whoever out there has an important decision that they need to be making, I would probably start making it. I'd probably start looking at that. And there's going to be a drastic change because of it. Okay. So that could be why you're holding back and making that decision, because it's kind of, it will change a lot, you know? It'll change a lot of things. It's like a death and a rebirth of things, you know? The death card. The death card. This is something to be gained and from making a decision. And then death. So basically death is saying that things are going to drastically change, almost as if there was an actual death. And usually it doesn't mean death, but it just means that there's going to be a big drastic change, so much so that you won't even recognize it. It'll be like it's death to you and there's a new beginning, you know? Like there's a brand new beginning. So I'm going to start with the signs. Let's do something creative. Since we don't have any questions right now, we'll start with, now this is timeless, so whoever at any time watches this, that can apply to you. If it resonates, go with it. Because obviously I'm not really reading to anyone right now, but it's just for whoever is going to see this. So it's timeless, you know. If you see this tomorrow, if you see this the next day, if you see this a year from now, this should resonate with you. If it does, if it clicks, this is your situation, I would pay attention to it and listen to it. And, you know, you'll just know, you'll feel if it resonates or not. If it's not clicking at all, then by all means, just don't go with it. Don't take it if it's not yours. So gonna start with Aries here. And talking about love, what do they need to know? The person that they're dealing with. Could be a Sag you're dealing with, Sagittarius. It could be a new relationship, a new person. You could meet this person at work, or it is a connection that will be offering you a lot of opportunities for money, or, just stability in general. Stability in general, like all the way around stability. I mean, like a job, a home, something that will make you feel stable, like you can create that stability in your life. So this could be a Sag, or it could just mean that there's harmony being brought into your life because of this new person. I feel like it's a new person because of the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups usually indicates somebody coming into your life. It could be a water sign, which would be Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. But I would say that it's either a Sag, and if not, this is talking about the harmony that this person will bring into your life, if you are to accept that offer. But I feel like they could also help you out in creating more stability in your life. So that would be probably a good idea for you to go for that. This will be for Taurus. Arguments, fights, because you're doing what you want, but you're being honest about that. So I don't want to discourage you from that, because that seems like that's a good idea. It's a good thing. Always be honest and cutthroat and straightforward. Sometimes it's hard to do that because whoever is in our life, it's kind of like they don't want, you to do whatever you want. They want to kind of be in control of the situation. So they make it hard to be yourself and do what you want to do and do what you need to do. So I understand that. But it looks like right now you're going to have arguments with people because you are going your own way and doing what you want. And so, love it. That's like my thing, is to have like mad glare. Okay, it's not that, it's just a computer. So basically we do have here this Queen of Wands, and she's a very independent person. She does what she wants without asking, and she doesn't feel bad about it. So you're going to have fights with people because of that. You're going to have situations where people are not in agreement with that, and they're not really going to be happy about it. But it doesn't matter, because that's what you need to do. It's what you want to do. Go for it. I don't really see it as anything like shady that you're trying to do anyway. So I mean, it seems like people are just hating because they don't want you to be independent. You know what I mean? They don't want you to, like, maybe you can do better when you're independent, and they're kind of like scared of that because they aren't doing so well, or whatever the case may be. It's just, it seems like it's not a bad idea to go your own way in this situation, but people are probably going to be disagreeing with that. So this is for Gemini. Gemini sushi. Gemini. Okay. You're undecided about something. This could be a marriage for some of you. It could be a person that you very highly respect, or a therapist, like a person that you trust or trusted. Maybe you don't now, but I feel like this is all kind of like coming to an end for you because something happened, and now you're feeling like, I mean, a lot of sorrow from it. It's like a lot of sorrow from it, a lot of negativity, and this is you stuck in limbo, right here. You're stuck in limbo, and you're just not really sure how to go about this because you just feel so conflicted. This person you highly respected, or it could be a Taurus person that you highly respected. This is Taurus, but it also represents a person that you respect, or it could be a therapist, a trustworthy person. Maybe they were trustworthy and now they're not. But at this point in time, you are conflicted because you are feeling sad about this. So I feel like something happened to where the trust has been broken, and now you're not really sure what to do. So that's where you're at with the situation. Let's see where they're at. Should be reading from their perspective because that's kind of what you want to know more. Okay, they want you to take responsibility for something. Maybe this is you that kind of screwed up the trust. Yeah, it looks like you guys did see eye to eye. They care about you a lot and they want to start a new beginning with you. That's what I see. The Empress is here. Some of you, it could mean that there's a pregnancy going on in your situation. But basically what I do see is that someone needs to take responsibility for something. And if you know who that is, then great. If you don't, then, well, figure it out. No. But yeah, it's seemingly someone who needs to take responsibility for something so that this new beginning can start again, because you guys really saw eye to eye at one point. Like extremely, to the point where it was like a very caring and connected relationship, to where you guys could really see eye to eye and connect, and you just both felt that. But someone needs to take responsibility for something. That's why her hand is out, because she's like, hello, do something about this so that we can get on and start this new connection, so we can make things right and get back to what we were doing. So this will be for Cancer and your person or person here. A toxic person for you could be Capricorn, could be Leo, but if neither of those signs resonate with you, some of you it will, some of you won't, obviously. But what we have here is Capricorn, Leo, and actions being taken. So if it's not Capricorn or Leo in your personal situation, Cancer, then this will be talking about how it's toxic and how you're needing to really lean on your strengths and build on those, because it's going to be you taking a lot of action. And this person obviously did something. Well, I shouldn't say that. Your person is toxic for you, the one that you're thinking about right now. And they're really requiring you to go through a lot of hardship in order to remain with them. And in order to even like have an identity, like your identity is being challenged constantly. And so you're having to build on your strengths. You're having to lean on yourself, for strength and for comfort, because this person is not there. But it's having you taking a lot of actions for this relationship, but it's not really about them taking action. I don't see it being reciprocated in a healthy way. So what are they thinking about doing with Cancer? They do want to manifest something with you, but it's going to be short-lived, and they could have another person involved. Yeah, I would not do this. This person is probably very charming, smooth, and, good with words, because look, they have another person involved too, Knight of Wands, manifestation, passionate but not committed, and third party. Or you could have met this person with mutual friends, but I do see this guy too, Ten of Swords. So it tells me that this person is going to probably unexpectedly hurt you and betray the trust that you do have. So I would advise against that, because obviously that is just not going to work out. The person is not committed. They're not committed to the situation, and they might be acting like they are, but they're not. So, I mean, of course, anything could change at any time, but as the cards show now, it seems like that person is involved with other people as well. So be careful with that. So this will be for Leo. Your person really wants to collaborate with you. It seems like they have money, or they want to create stability with you, and they want to work together with you to create a love connection. Like, I see 10 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, and Ace of Cups. So it's showing me that they want to work together with you to create this stability, this 10 of Pentacles, like complete all the way around stability. They want to create that with you. And so for some reason it seems like you're not wanting to do that, because it seems like that's what's in their mind, is they want this connection to be collaborative and they want to work together with you. They want you to be on the same level and both giving and helping out in the relationship. So don't question if they want to be with you or not, because they do. This will be for Virgo. Okay, I see Aries. Okay, so it's somebody authoritarian. Or an Aries. But if not an Aries, then it's just somebody who, the person that you're thinking about, somebody who has a lot of control over the situation. They oversee a lot of things and they have a lot of power. You know, it's like they're the ones in control, basically. And they also are very sneaky, and they're sneaking because they have this control. I feel like they're able to kind of get away with a lot of things and you don't even know about it. So this is them in control, the emperor, you know. He's like oversees everything and he kind of says what goes. And he's also this trickster, you know, reminds me of like Mercury or something. The trickster, you know, he's able to get away with a lot because he has that control. So he or she has that control, but they also feel stuck. You know, they feel trapped, like their hands are tied, like they have no, like, it's almost like I see the scenario playing out like they're saying to you, yeah, I'm kind of like, I mean, they wouldn't be saying like, yeah, I'm deceiving you, but they're saying something like, yeah, I did that, but like, I had no other choice or something. You know what I mean? Like, that's just what I had to do. You know, like I didn't have a choice, like kind of just like almost blaming you in a way. So I don't see that as a good thing. I don't see that as a good connection. But you know, okay, I recently was backstabbed by a couple who I considered friends. They split up and now Sag has apologized and wants to be friends again. Should I give her a second chance? Okay, let's see. Tell me what they should do in this situation for their highest good. Okay, it looks like there are a lot of options for you right now. Like, it's interesting that you asked that question because nothing is really coming out about that. It seems to be more talking to me about, like, you need to focus on your stability, like your money and your possessions and getting, you know, what you need in life. Like, I don't want to say to be more stable because it's really about material items with the King of Pentacles, but it's showing that there's like a lot of things falling apart right now for you because something came out or something is being realized or you're having a change of heart or thought and your perspective is changing in a way of like you realize things now, like things are coming to light for you, like it's not in the dark anymore. So it could be about this situation, you know, you're starting to see it in a different way than you did before. There's a lot of different ways to look at the situation. You have the Seven of Cups here, so it's showing that there's a lot of different ways to look at this situation. And all of them are kind of unrealistic, really. I would give this more thought. I would give this a little more time if you really want to invest your, you know, time into the situation and you're really going to be there for that person and you're asking, should I be there for that person? Then, you know, reconsider. I mean, not to say you shouldn't, but it's just showing that you kind of need to be focused on yourself more and you don't have much to offer them right now. Like, it seems like they kind of are in a situation. You said that they backstabbed you. So, I mean, that doesn't seem like you really should be lending a hand for anybody who backstabbed you, you know? But also it's just trying to tell me that you need to focus on yourself more and how to create more stability in your life and how to get things that you need. I'm guessing because that will help you to succeed more in your endeavors with these material items, you know, as the King of Pentacles. So it looks like you're working really hard on a relationship and moving forward, or you are, you know, dealing with the person that makes you kind of feel down, dealing with the person who you've been through some ups and downs with, and you guys have been through a lot, but it seems like you're working forward. you're you're working on moving forward, and that could be with them or without them. It just depends on what you want to do. I also see Cancer energy here. It could be, but if not, then it just means moving forward and moving on, like not without them necessarily, or it could mean that for you, whatever that means for you. So yeah, I see that you have a lot going on in your life, like enough with your relationship to be having to deal with somebody else's relationship. Like you should just be focused on your own life right now and what's best for you. It's kind of a lot to put yourself out there for a person when you know, when they don't when they wouldn't do the same thing for you necessarily. So okay, let's see. Thank you, BG. Okay. So what is the question? Why is this connection so hard to let go? Okay, what is his intention with you? Because it says, I'm wondering why he's viewing all my stories, but I texted him back when he texted me, "Are you okay?" But he never replied. After the cleaning, I felt lighter, and I'm like wishy-washy with holding on or letting go, and I don't know why he is ignoring me. Yeah, because boys are stupid. No. But let's see. Remember, he doesn't know what he wants really right now, or he doesn't know how to break it to you what he wants. Like it seems like he's not being straight up about things, remember? So let's see. What are Caleb's intentions? Why is he ignoring? Why is he playing games like back and forth? What does he want with her? Again, we have the moon because he's not being straightforward about it. So you're like, that's why you're asking. But I do have some anxiety and fear. Remember we said that there could be something that happened that he's not being straightforward about. So maybe when he's around you, it's kind of like hard because he keeps thinking about that. Could have to do with your friend or whatever. But also the Nine of Cups is showing that basically he wants to have his cake and eat it too. That's what I see it as always, you know? Like in a question, like in a situation like this, it's like, what does he want? This, then it's kind of like he's wanting what he wants and he doesn't really care about anything else. Like it's like he wants to gain something out of it, you know? It's greed, you know? It's greed is the best way I could say it. Does he love you? Okay, well, let's see how he feels about you. Because remember, I can't ask yes or no, but I can ask around it. So let's see. What does he feel about her? What does Caleb feel about her right now? Okay, so, I mean, maybe what he's saying is kind of right in what he's been telling you. Because it seems like he wants things to kind of like pass on. Like he wants like things to continue, like the world to keep spinning. But underneath it all, we do have Four Swords. So that's in a good way, not talking about an ending and just talking about a resting period, a break. But at the same time, it's kind of like he wants to put it to rest for now, is underneath it all. So, but we do have him kind of wanting, you know, shifts to happen, to take place, and for things to kind of just keep rolling. And he does feel upset about that and hurt. Like you said, it's hard for him too. And this all happened very abruptly, very quickly, very just like all of a sudden, just like nothing could be done about it. It just like was there and that's what it is now. And but you know, very quickly he's also wanting to kind of like get away from this. He's kind of wanting to get some distance probably because it's hard. But you know, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like what you've been saying, is that he is sad about it, but he does kind of want some distance right now from it. Tell me about their future together. Is there any future? Like, what will that look like? It looks like, this isn't going to get off the ground for a while, and I hate to say that, but it's because someone isn't willing to be open and available. And it could be you and it could be him. Like, I don't know if he's going to come back and like you're going to be like, no. But it seems like right now, but this is talking about the future. So we never know like what's going to happen in a few months or whatever. But what I do know is that basically somebody is going to be closed off. So maybe that means somebody is going to be open and the other is going to be closed off. Maybe it means you'll both be closed off. I see that communication, yeah, lovers. So whoever this is talking about right now, this that I'm about to say, will be the one who sees it as still lovers and wanting to make that connection, because I see this as, the King of Wands, someone wanting to take action, like be ambitious and just take action like the King of Wands does. And also the Fool, so it's like a new start. You want a new exciting beginning, a new exciting start, and you want to communicate with the person in order to create this new beginning because you felt free with them, and you see it in different light. Like you want it to be something fun and adventurous, and like let's just have a good time. You had a great time with them and you're going to try to convince them of that, like through communication. I feel like you're going to be very like, nothing's going to steer you away from doing that because you still want to be with them. So that's kind of a hard place to be, you know. Let's see what's going on with him and like why he can't, or like why is he against that all of a sudden when he wasn't before. His stability. Okay, so we do have conflicting things here. Okay, I'm gonna ask you, what was your friend's sign? What is your friend's sign? The friend that you said was your best friend. But what is her sign? Is she an earth sign? Is she younger than him? She's a Gemini. Okay. Well, that would have been the Lovers as well, but I'm not going to take it as that for that situation since we're talking about your guys' future. He's never met her. See, this is why I feel like something else is going on. Like he's saying it's because of her and he's scared or whatever, but that doesn't make any sense if he's never met her too. I see here there's 2 of Pentacles and 2 of Swords. So somebody is feeling conflicted about things and needs to make a decision. There's decisions to be made and they're not making those decisions at all. But I do think too that they're trying to focus on their stability. Also, the High Priestess is there to say basically you kind of already know that, at least that part of it. But then they have these conflicting things too. Like they need to make a decision. They're not doing that. Maybe they're very stagnant right now. But we do have this younger Earth energy and then the 10 of Cups. So I'm thinking, are you younger than him? Because you're Earth, aren't you? Okay, he's younger than you. And you're Earth and he is Libra? He's Libra, right? So that would mean, yeah, he's air. Yes, Libra. Okay. So then this is a message from the page. It's talking about in order to create your happiness, you have to be more stable. And that's obvious. But I mean, there's some decision that he needs to make here that he's not making. I feel like with the High Priestess there, you kind of are aware of what that's talking about. But if you're not, then definitely we can look into that. Because that is clear to me that he's iffy, he's back and forth about something, and he needs to make a decision because it's his decision to make. but he's not doing that. So maybe he's just being stagnant. Maybe he's just choosing to like not move forward in his life. Like he's choosing to just be stagnant, and that's not gonna be fun for him. But it's, you know, some people do that for whatever reason, you know, or reasons. Okay, so he is focused on his stability then. That's good. See what I can do. Maybe you should stop trying to help him and let him help himself, because you can't be that person. You know, you got to be a person who encourages him to get places on his own. Like he needs to figure it out himself, because then he'll just lean on you and it will be like a weird, you know, you don't want that dynamic to start. You want him to be a man about things and be able to fix his own problems. You don't want to be that person to always have to try to help him, because that's not your job, you know? He hasn't even responded. So he's going back and forth with you and acting like you guys are cool and then not responding. Like, well, you said his schedule was crazy, right? He's one of those people that just doesn't talk about it. And so he wants, okay, that's so weird. It's like, why is he doing that? I'm dropping so many cards. I'm just like throwing them basically. They're all flying everywhere. Okay, I don't want to keep going too much further into this situation, because I feel like we've asked about it like every day, and I don't want to like, really, you're not supposed to ask things more than like once a month, but I do that. I mean, I still ask things more than once a month, but it's like if you keep asking, it's kind of like you're gonna get bad results eventually. You know, I don't know if you've ever heard that before, but it's I have, and I have seen that happen to where you ask the same question like every day, and then it's like eventually you just don't like the results of what you see at all. And it doesn't mean like that's always gonna happen, because things change all the time, but if you keep like obsessing, you know what I mean? Like, but I get it. I get that you're wanting to just know and have clarity, because he's a very, he's not giving you very much to work with right now, and that's hard. So we'll go into this a little bit further, but then I'm going to have to move forward from it. And then we can work on your healing too, because, you know, your healing is going to have to be the most important. If he's not giving you anything, I mean, you can choose to be stuck on it. I get that, but at the same time, it's not going to be fun for you, you know? If he's not giving you very much to work with, it's like, well, what can you do, you know? Let's ask that. What can you do? Because we can't control anybody or anything that is, like, not ourselves, like, necessarily. So what can you personally do to improve the situation for your highest good? You can focus on your needs and what you want and getting yours. With or without, I mean, you know, without him, there's the Tower again for you. There's a lot of change coming into your life right now, because, I mean, there's just going to be a lot. The Tower here is basically saying that a lot needs to fall apart in order for you to rebuild. So it's probably going to be starting with this hurt and pain and heartbreak, unfortunately. But you can't avoid this, so try not to. At the end of it all, when it's all said and done, and you'll know, because it's going to be kind of difficult. I see you rebuilding yourself, is what I do see. And I see you taking a lot more actions that are leading you towards more stability, because I feel like stability is a thing for you right now. I mean, it's for everybody at all times. It's always a thing. But I'm saying for you right now, it seems like that's going to be something that you need to be thinking about. Like, you're not thinking about that as much. You're thinking more about, you know, this relationship and how it you know, affects how stable you feel. But really, that's not the main thing. Right now, it seems like you're going to be having to transform basically your whole self. And then after that, it seems like you're going to be taking a lot more action and be more ambitious and be more ready to face, you know, whatever you need to do in the world. That's why I'm seeing that, because the Tower, King of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles. So it's like a lot of things are going to fall apart. A lot of things are going to change, and that's okay. That's good. Then after that, you're going to be a lot more ambitious. You're going to be a lot more able to take actions without having to feel held back. And then this is your stability that you're going to be headed toward, like focused on, which will be a great thing, even though you don't want to focus on that right now. You want to focus on the relationship and how to fix it. Sometimes we just can't do that. You know, we can't make anybody do anything. And unfortunately, it seems the case here as well, that you're going to need to focus on yourself, because this is probably going to be hard for you, and then you're going to transform because of it, probably without even trying to, but just because that's the way of life. That's how things go, you know. After heartbreak, you just kind of transform in a lot of different ways. Yeah, like I said, very difficult for you, which I hate to say, but I mean, it's just the truth. Like, these types of things are difficult. You're going to be thinking about the past a lot, and that's going to be difficult, keeping you up at night, or it's going to be like on your mind throughout the day. Sometimes it's not up at night, but it could be throughout the day. It's just weighing heavily on you. And then a new beginning starts, you know, it's like the birth, like I said, a transformation. So it's like even like a death of you, how you are now and what you're about now, and then recreated and rebuilt into a new self. And so that's what the birth is here, unless you get pregnant. But I mean, I wouldn't really say that's the case for that. It doesn't really, I mean, anything's possible, but it doesn't really kind of make sense with what everything else is saying. It seems like it's just saying a new you, like the birth of something beautiful in yourself. Like, this is just a new creation of you, and that's going to be a really great thing. And you can't even see it right now, but I just want you to hang in there, you know? Okay, I'm going to continue on with uh what was I on? Libra now. Did you hear Virgos, Jenna? Because I was talking about Virgo before, and I was saying how that person that they're with or thinking about has a lot of the control of the situation, and they are getting away with a lot because of that. And what was the third card? I don't remember. You're gonna have to go back a little bit to see, but I'm pretty sure I finished that reading. So I'm gonna go into Libra now. Your person is going to be taking action away from you, but they're kind of stuck on, because they do highly respect you. This was a connection where you guys both felt like you cherished each other and felt a lot of respect toward each other. You kind of looked up to each other. So now this person's kind of like struggling with how to let go of it, but they are going to be considering letting go of it because of whatever reason. Because I don't really see anything bad that happened. I just see basically actions being taken to get away from you, and then them being in limbo basically because they highly respect you, and you were a very cherished person in their life that they trusted. So Libra, what's up? It looks like this person doesn't want to let go, but kind of has to for some reason, you know? They just feel like they have to, but they haven't yet. So maybe you can fix it. This will be for Scorpio. You could be dealing with a Libra, or karma, or something. Your person is Maybe it's that you're finally getting what you want in a relationship. Because we have the Justice card here in the Nine of Cups. So it's like it's like that genie, you know, getting what you want, getting your wishes coming true. And then fairness, balance with the Justice card there. So it's like things are happening for you in a way that you really are happy with and have wanted for a while. Maybe like have wished for, you know, it's ideal. Like you deserve this. Okay. We have the Tower, and this is Sagittarius, or it could be representing harmony and balance again. So we have these two ideas of balance here, and the Nine of Cups just fell, but so balance and harmony, fairness, you know, but also associated with the Tower here. So what does that mean? Things need to kind of fall apart. Like things are going to fall apart pretty soon, and then more harmony will be restored, because it's saying that you're basically happy with the situation you have now with the person you're with, or were with, or you were happy with it, or maybe you're happy being single. But it seems like you're happy with the connection that you're involved in. But then it's talking about the Tower having to happen. So maybe there's something that, well, let me see what that means. It's affecting your stability. Looking into the past, and it's confusing. There's going to be a realization, but not yet, because the moon, which is Pisces, but it doesn't have to be. It just means that this, like if it was the sun, then it would mean that you're having a realization and things are coming out into the light to where you're realizing them now. But with the Three of Wands here, I see it as you're thinking about how everything has come to be in the position it is now. So it's going to be like a thing where you're there and you're going, oh my God, you're just seeing how everything kind of adds up. And then you're having this realization, like, this is what it was all along, or like whatever, you know, the situation is. But it has to do with you being stable and being able to help others because of your stability, and also offering to help others. You know, she's tending to this bird in this garden because she has all these pentacles, and she's able to now help other people because she's set, basically. So it seems like you're helping people out, and then there's you kind of thinking like, how did this all happen? And you're very confused about that. Because, and the Tower's here. So I feel like, what is missing here? We have Page of Pentacles and Three of Swords. You're thinking about stability for those younger than you, and it's breaking your heart. Or this is a message about stability breaking your heart. Not stability necessarily, but money or possessions, material things, something that can provide stability, but it's heartbreaking. I'm telling you, the Tower here, something happens where you have to, things fall apart for some reason. And not necessarily in your relationship, but just in your life. This is deep. I wish it was telling me exactly what that means, because I feel like there's something that happens here. There's an event, or there's like a situation that just occurs, and then you have to go through this. Okay, who's stealing from you? I don't like that. That's the event, is basically somebody's doing something that you are not aware of, and everything's going to fall apart because of it. But that's okay, because when things fall apart, it will be easier to realize. Like if things were like not that bad and you could like live with it, then it might even be worse later, you know? But if this thing is so drastic, like if this person is found out, like the person you're involved with or whatever, then maybe this won't have to be so hard. It will be hard because it's heartbreaking, but it will be better to find this out now rather than later when it's worse. You know what I mean? So you need to like focus on what this is about. I know I hate to leave you with that vague message, but it's kind of like you need to figure out who's not trustworthy around you, because someone isn't. But you probably, the thing is, you know, you won't be seeing that because they're so sneaky, you know, doing it under your nose without your, like when these people are sleeping, he's stealing the, so it's like you're not aware of it, you know, and the moon's here, so it's like, it's just very clouded, and just when everything is all said and done, it's going to be pretty hard, but just really reconsider who you're trusting right now. So this is for Sag. I don't have many cards left, so I'm gonna, okay. Yeah, Virgo was in the beginning of the live. It was, well, it was like more in the beginning, you know, kind of like probably about 20, 30 minutes in or something, or not 30 minutes, actually, probably like 20, 25, I don't know, something like that. Okay, I think we're shuffled enough. Who was this for? Wait, I just did Scorpio, Sagittarius. Okay, this will be for Sagittarius. Someone's having to make a decision because they feel trapped, or like they're, oh shit, like their hands are tied, like they don't have a choice in the matter. But they do have a choice. Maybe they don't see that though. And I feel like there's something that they're not able to let go. It could be an air sign because we have the sword here, but it could be, you know, that they have trouble letting something go, but they want to move forward, but they also don't. I mean, they do, but they just can't, you know, so they're having to make this decision, but they feel like they also can't make it. Do you see this here? It's like they feel like they have to make a decision. It's their decision to make. They probably aren't aware of that because look at them. They feel like they have no power in the situation. They feel like their hands are tied, like they have no choice, like nothing's going to change no matter what decisions they make. And they can't let go of the past, but they want to, but they can't, and they're trying to, and they're also not able to. So it's like this very conflicting, like they have to make a decision, but they're not really aware that they have a decision to make because they think it doesn't matter anyway what they do. So you're dealing with a person who feels powerless to change anything. And they're very undecided about, you know, back and forth, like, should I do this? Should I not? You know, they're like, they don't know if basically you're worth it, I guess I could say. I mean, they don't, or something in your relationship is like, they're struggling to cope with, you know, should I put up with this or should I not? Like, it's like, this is important, but this is also important. So what do I go for? You know, should I keep doing this or not? Should I keep doing the other thing? Should I do something else, you know? So you got to figure out what that is and talk to them about that, because that seems like it could go one of two ways. You or not you, right? So this will be for Capricorn. Your person wants you to give more. They feel hurt, like they feel heartbroken. And they want you to take action, or they're going to be taking action because they're heartbroken. They're taking actions in heartbreak, so it could be messy. But they're wanting your help, or your, maybe they feel like you're distant and that hurts them. They're wanting you to show up and show that you care and They want you. I'm not saying that you are showing that you don't care, you're being neglectful. I mean, they could be feeling that way no matter who they're with, you know, kind of situation. But you know, it could go either way. But I think that it's basically just saying that how they feel is they feel like you need to be more present, you need to be there for them more. They really just want a change of luck. They want things to kind of shift and be better, but they don't really want to put much work to it. They kind of want you to do all that. They feel like it's up to you. They feel like it's you who kind of needs to do some things and take some actions. Either they feel like this is how they feel now, like they've just been betrayed unexpectedly, or that's kind of where this is headed. So I'd be careful with that. If this sounds like you think this is BS, like what the hell, I'm always there for them, I always help them out and stuff, then just be aware that it could just be them always playing the victim and wanting, you know, to be that person who feels like you're neglectful, even though it's like, no, you're not, but they're just playing that card so that you keep like trying really hard and they don't have to try, you know? Because the whole thing is not going to end well. That's what I'm seeing is somebody feels resentful because of the trust has been broken for some reason. And someone feels like it's almost like they feel like there's no point in this, but they're still doing it. They're still going on with it, but they want you to fix everything. But I don't even think they'll give you the opportunity to be honest with you. This is for Aquarius. So the person you're dealing with is, they have they're in limbo. They're an honest person, but they're also cutthroat about things. Like they're not going to beat around the bush. But they're also waiting. Now, I don't know what they're waiting for necessarily, but they're waiting in limbo. Like they don't know exactly how to, maybe they don't know how to tell you something honestly, because the King of Swords is a person who's very cutthroat, honest, and he doesn't like beat around the bush. So maybe he's waiting for the right time or something. He or she is waiting for the right time. And we have Sagittarius here, or we have, basically they want to create harmony. They don't want to fuck up the harmony. So they're waiting for the right time to tell you these things honestly, or they want things to be more honest in your relationship. They want more harmony to be created. It could be a younger earth sign. But I feel like stability too is the main thing, is what it's saying, is that this is a message of stability and harmony, because we have temperance. So it's like you want harmony, and this would be you too, if we wanted to look at it that way, the King of Swords, that's Aquarius. But so we do have this whole, maybe you feel like you're in limbo, like you're waiting for something. And it seems like you're pretty stern and stubborn about that. But if it's the other way around, you know, there is something to be gained. And it will get attention from other people. Like maybe this will be a good thing for your relationship once you're having that conversation, or you have that kind of, you know, honest talk about what you're expecting in the relationship. And likely you kind of already know what I'm talking about, because the High Priestess is here. So she's saying basically you are aware of these things and this makes sense to you. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. But maybe in a couple weeks, you know, you'll kind of understand what this means more. But with the High Priestess there, it's kind of telling me like you kind of get where I'm coming from and where I'm going with it. So you kind of know the situation. So at least you kind of have that under control. We'll move on to Pisces now, and then we'll call it a night here. Headed toward a self-reflecting, your partner is thinking a lot about what they can do better, what they've done wrong, how to fix the situation. They feel like they're, you know, they're blaming themselves. They're doing a lot of self-reflection, a lot of alone time, a lot of time to think about, yeah, and they feel very sad or very hurt about it. So if they've hurt you, know that they feel bad. If they haven't, then just know that they're blaming themselves for your guys' distance or whatever it is. I feel like they're doing a lot of alone time, and it's not really against you, but they're blaming themselves a lot. They care about you a lot. So, like, genuinely. So don't think that they don't. But they may have to decide to leave the situation, because I feel like if they're blaming themselves, it's if either they did something or you're kind of putting them in that position when it's unfair, you know? And they may have to just walk away because and see, the thing about the Six of Swords is these two people that are going away, like this person's leading them away, but this, they're sad. They don't want that to happen. They don't want it to be the case, but that's what it is for whatever reason or reasons. So it's upsetting to them, but they feel like it's just what they have to do. Sadly, it's what they have to do. But they're going to need help to do that. Oh, I'm sorry. This is the Five of Cups. So they feel disappointed. But what's interesting? I just realized, because the Hermit did come out. So I realized, oh, wait, this is the Five of Cups, not the Hermit card. So, but I wouldn't take away anything that I said, because I feel like that just kind of flowed with it. But we'll look at this again. They are disappointed and feeling. They're disappointed and feeling anxiety and feeling hurt, like up at night about it. Very disappointed and very like looking at the negative side, probably because the negative is overpowering the positive. It's not just that they can't look at the positive, it's that there's a lot of negativity in this. So they just feel, they see it and they're feeling that. And they're thinking about walking away. They care about you, but they're thinking about walking away and they're going to blame themselves. They're having a hard time really seeing it as a two-person thing. They feel like everything's messed up, and maybe you're not giving them much time to really talk about it or, go over it with them. You're not like taking any fault. So they naturally want to take all the fault. They just don't know what else to do. But they do genuinely care for you. So I'm going to cut it there, you guys. So yeah, remember, this is timeless. So if you see this tomorrow and it resonates, then go ahead and give me a like, a thumbs up, a subscribe, a share. Go and check out my website. The link is in the description. And I will see you guys tomorrow.